thing. In the icy waters of the Arctic, one of the most iconic and powerful marine mammals reigns supreme: the walrus. Known for their long tusks, whiskered faces, and massive size, walruses are true giants of the north. Today, we're diving deep to explore their habitat, behavior, and the incredible adaptations that allow them to survive in one of the harshest environments on Earth. Walruses are native to the Arctic Ocean and subarctic regions, with populations found near Canada, Greenland, Norway, Russia, and Alaska. They aren't just wandering aimlessly, they prefer the shallow continental shelves. Why? Because it gives them easy access to the seafloor where they find their food. And when they're not feeding, they haul their massive bodies out onto sea ice or coastal beaches to rest and socialize. Their entire lives are intricately linked to the presence of sea ice. It's their platform for resting, giving birth, and even a refuge from predators. As we'll see later, the availability of this ice is becoming a major challenge for them. Let's talk about just how big these animals are. Walruses are seriously massive. Adult males, called bulls, can tip the scales at an astonishing 1,500 kilograms. That's 3,300 pounds. Females, while still huge, are a bit smaller. To survive the freezing Arctic waters, they are wrapped in a thick layer of blubber for insulation. And of course, there are the tusks. These impressive ivory tusks can grow up to 1 meter long and are much more than just for show. They use them for defense against predators, to establish dominance, and even as a tool, like an ice axe, to help haul their enormous bodies onto slippery ice floes. So, what does a 3,000-pound animal eat? Walruses are primarily benthic feeders, which means they forage on the sea floor. They use their incredibly sensitive whiskers called vibrissae to locate prey in the dark, murky depths. They're not chewing on shells, though. While invertebrates are their main course, some walruses have been known to eat fish as well. They often gather in huge herds, sometimes numbering in the thousands. These gatherings, known as haulouts, are usually segregated by sex outside of the mating season. Living in these massive groups isn't just about being neighborly. It provides warmth, protection from predators, and is essential for social interaction, communication, and their complex mating rituals. It's a bustling, noisy, and vital part of walrus life. Once born, a calf stays incredibly close to its mother. This strong mother-calf bond is crucial for survival in the harsh Arctic environment. Females typically reach sexual maturity around 5 to 7 years old, while males take a bit longer, usually between 6 and 10 years. To thrive in the Arctic, you need some serious superpowers, and the walrus doesn't disappoint. Their thick blubber is like a built-in wetsuit, keeping them warm in near-freezing water. Their flippers are masterpieces of evolution. Their famous tusks act as a defense mechanism and a climbing aid. And those sensitive whiskers we mentioned earlier. They're like an advanced sonar system. Every part of the walrus is perfectly designed for Arctic life. Life isn't easy, even for a giant. The biggest threats, however, come from humans. Historically, overhunting posed a problem. Today, the threats are more indirect, but just as dangerous. Habitat disturbance from shipping and industry is a concern, but the most significant threat by far is climate change. Without their icy platforms, they are forced to haul out on land in dangerously crowded conditions, which can lead to stampedes and increased mortality. Walruses are more than just an impressive sight. They're ecosystem engineers. When they forage on the seafloor, this benthic bioturbation creates new habitats and food sources for other smaller species. As both a major predator of invertebrates and a prey item for top predators, their presence is fundamental to the structure of the Arctic marine food web. In many ways, they are a keystone species. For thousands of years, walruses have held a place of deep cultural importance for indigenous Arctic communities. These communities have traditionally relied on walruses for sustenance, their meat for food, their hides for shelter and boats, and their ivory tusks for tools and art. The walrus is a powerful symbol of strength and survival, woven into folklore, art, and spiritual traditions. Today, sustainable hunting practices continue to be a vital part of cultural heritage for many, balancing tradition with modern conservation needs. Given the mounting threats, what's being done to protect them? Conservation efforts are focused on several key areas. First and foremost is tackling the root cause of their habitat loss, climate change. Preserving the remaining sea ice is critical. On a more local level, efforts are being made to reduce human disturbance at haul-out sites, creating buffer zones to keep boats and people at a safe distance. International cooperation between Arctic nations and ongoing scientific research are absolutely essential to monitor walrus populations and develop effective strategies to ensure these giants of the North can thrive in a rapidly changing world. Massive, social, and perfectly adapted to one of the planet's most extreme climates. The walrus is a living symbol of the Arctic's raw power and its increasing fragility. 2. Protecting them is not just about saving a single species. It's about preserving the delicate balance of the entire Arctic ecosystem. Thanks for watching. If you want to explore more stories about incredible animals from Earth's most extreme habitats, make sure to follow our channel.